Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Back with another one. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I'm trying to find something to talk about. We talked about the Moors last week and all that stuff. I done pretty cover much everything. I'm not gonna talk about the indigenous South Americans and shit like that. That's just something bland and you know, I'm gonna see something that I'm just gonna pick something random. It's kind of frustrating. Shouts out to this website, realhistory.com, gives you certain references. I learned to dissect certain histories. Um, Shouts out to this brother. He actually built my content. I talk about historical stuff, back up what it says and all this other stuff. But the indigenous stuff, I don't really care for that. That's not our history. I understand people say it is, but really it's not. That's just something that y'all want to claim. I get it. That's a biasness of this thing. I mean, it's semi-biased, I'll say it like that. But that view, we got to get away from that. I understand most y'all was taught that. It's no different than, say we're the other side too of that the continent, but we're not. We know who we are. It's just the world ain't gonna accept it. That's us though, because like Deuteronomy said in the scripture, we'll lose our memory of who we are. But it makes sense. It makes sense. That's why we got to teach it the way we teach it. I got to teach it the way I teach it. I can't teach it how I normally teach it, but it is what it is. The Egyptian stuff, I do not want to cover that. I already covered enough of that. I know a lot of people call it Kemet and this and stuff. I'm not wasting my energy on it. Let's see something real quick. I'll do Black Britain just one more time. I talked about this before and all this other stuff. Yeah, yeah, sometimes I had to block an idiot on another platform, but yeah, my emails is getting it's a lot of scammers out here. Y'all be careful. They be scamming all types of nonsense. You got scammers around this time of the year because this is my last recording. I'll do a recording. I'll drop something. I'll say I'll drop it. I'll drop it I'll set the recording on January. It's gonna be dropping January the first of the year. The rest of this month, I'm through recording for now. Y'all can enjoy wherever your holidays, whatever. I don't even celebrate it, but I'm just saying it is what it is. And more. I said first black Europeans. Yeah, we're gonna get away from that. Um Cinco James, Europeans therefore are only fruitful. Moxel shows blue eyes would compare to his genes and all that. Yeah. Yeah, black men can produce that. We know that. Princess Scota and all this other stuff. Oh, okay, I got one right here. Let's see something real quick. Black Britain. Okay, this is gonna be how much time we got? Oh, we got 3 minutes. Okay, good, 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 good. And this ain't gonna be long. Okay, I talked about this guy before. Previous recordings. You can go back in the months, and I've been talking about, the true Gauls. That's what this guy said. His name is Vercingetorix or something like that. Was the king of the unified Celts and Gauls, or Celts or Gauls, what people how they would pronounce it. France of Normandy. And he said the Normans were the people who gave their Normandy to the region in northern France, but they were descended from the Viking conquering territory and native population. But their identifier emerged initially the first half of the 10th century, gradually evolved over succeeding centuries. But the name Normans, um, after the Vikings who compared Normandy. See, this is around 48 BCE, commemorate of um, Vercingetorix or something like that, the last king of Armenia. I talked about this before. The Iberians, of course, what you call is Spain. That's these people, and it's the lady bus. So it's pretty much like all this stuff here, Europe and close to Africa. We talked about a lot of stuff. It's pretty much the same stuff. And then, but generally they said the instant, the religious belief, indeed, of course. It's a lot of good stuff on Britain. This is a statue right here, the deity, the possibility of Minerva found at the West, Cambridge site in Cambridge, England, Roman period. So it's pretty much I talked about this a lot. And it's a lot of historical stuff in reference how you go about it, and then you have the nobility, and then yeah, you see the painting, all this other stuff. As you can tell, obviously slaves or nobility. So it's pretty much it, Black Vikings and all that. So you got this up here. European churches are the only venues where images of blacks have, for the most part, not been tampered with. And there's some truth to that. Um, Old stuff. Very interesting, ain't it? And we're not gonna read the stuff because that's gonna take us long. And yeah, we can talk about this, all this other stuff, and pretty much it. But yeah, this is the artwork, and I'm just gonna skim through right here. So basically, you have this stuff. Um, I want to talk about a lot of things that I talk about on this channel. Yes, I talk about historical stuff of all cultures, and that's the whole point. Yeah, I used to do strips to try and use this and mix up the two. And what I do is I stay away from the indigenous topic because both sides are wrong. Because I understand blacks want to claim that. I don't claim that at all. I've been hearing that shit for like, I'll say several years before I got on YouTube, before it was a thing. And the pro black stuff, the so-called Africa stuff, that's a Roman name, by the way. Been hearing that outside of the home, in the home, outside of home, television, and things like that, and people actually practicing it. And then you have people that claim they're indigenous, which just divides the group of who we are in the scriptures. And I think that's a problem, and I see that lately, and I understand people want to identify as that. I don't need to identify as that. It's no need. It's no disrespect for the culture, and we probably adopt some of the practices under them. And I think Charleston White broke this down in an interview. He said blacks were slave under Indians, and he said the whites of and one on which reservation or on a plantation. Very interesting, right? And I see why. Said an interview. He said that in an interview. It's like a little shot at the interview. He dropped a little science. I don't fuck with him, but it makes sense what he was saying about these type of topics. But I've been teaching this stuff since I would say 12 years. I've been teaching this shit for 12 years. That's 12 years ago, by the way. 12 years ago, this stuff was not popular, what I was talking about. Now, according to 2022, that'd be 10 years. Been 10 years on this particular channel. 10 years ago, I'll say 10 years of 2022. I will say not of this year, but 10 years ago when I left, 10 years ago, I would say 10 years before, like 10 years ago on 2014, that's when I stopped making content and trying to find a job and things like that. I got away from YouTube and I took a 5-year hiatus. Was I active on YouTube? Yeah, I was active on YouTube. I was in the comments and things like that, subscribing to different channels. I took a break for doing content from 2014. I could do the same thing again, be active on the site and don't post as much. And I'll tell you why. Long as I have an app, I know what's going on. So the things I post whenever. I might not do a whole lot of posting next year because my situation, I got to see where I'm at. And I'll post some content every now and then. I record and get some downtime and things like that. But I'm not trying to say that's the thing. So when I came back in 2021 actually doing content, that's keeping the content going. So like stuff like this, I talk about like this all the time years ago, those first 3 years. Technically, this is my second channel. I had to keep repeating this multiple times. I had to say, this is my second channel because I've had this like 12 years. 12 years ago, this wasn't popular. 12 years prior to that, I've been on YouTube for like 17 years. It's a long time. I've been on it since 2007 when I lost my first channel, my actual name. Ever since then, that's gone. And this channel has been here for me for years. I've been on YouTube for a long time. So I'm not new to this shit. Today's YouTube is garbage now because I feel like we don't talk about historical content and then dissect the research and read properly like this, what I've been doing. And shouts out to people that's giving me views on it. And I appreciate it because a lot of people don't touch my channel like that. They don't touch it as much. They can debate and argue. I ain't got time to argue with idiots on here. and I just knock people's comments. I ain't got time for. I used to do that in the day, and I used to do that in the street. I used to do that in the barbershop and talk about stuff like this. But now the stuff is in fruition. It's no need. I'm not a big ass debater like I used to be. Like when I was younger, yeah, and I did research. That's how I debate. I don't debate just to be debating off top head and try to think I'm no, that's that utilitarian narcissistic behavior that we see online. Meant to do, I had to say I had to meant to do um a stream for y'all about saturated content. I will talk about that eventually. I don't know what day, but give me something for this week. I will I'll probably do some content if the weather is nice or decent. If it's cool, I'm gonna be outside for just a moment. Perfect time for that day. And I'm going to pick a day that we're gonna have that time. It's gonna be raining Wednesday, probably. We'll see how Monday does. I might do that or be a lookout for the rest of the week because I gotta stream this coming. But yeah, so that's all I want to talk about. But it's just update what's going on, what's happening, and I would say like whatever. Yeah. Hold on for a minute. 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 Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. It's my cable. Okay, my cable's doing good. Okay. I need to get off the cable, put pressure on it. I probably can't do it Monday. Let's try. I promise you, if I do it this Thursday, don't quote me. If I not, I just didn't feel like it. But if I do it Thursday, I'll do it Thursday. I might do it this Thursday. I might come up because I'm free on that Thursday. All right. So with that, until next time, this is all I got to talk about. I ain't got much to talk about because I ain't playing nothing to talk about. I talked about the Moors and earlier. So with that, until next time, I hope y'all enjoy. I just give you my summary of what I've been doing with this Moorish content, semi-Moorish or dark history content, wherever. That's gonna be the pre-recording premise of this year. Next year, I'm not gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about other things. I'm gonna get away from talking about this, and we're gonna talk about things to look for in content. And this is one, and there's others. I'm gonna talk about various things. So with that, until next time, shalom to people of Israel and to the Gentile, pray to the east, and as always. So I'm out.